Hello everyone and welcome to, it's going to be August's Perceptionary card reading. I hope everybody is well. For those who don't know me, my name is Emily Baker and I am a medium, a psychic artist as well, and being a clairvoyant basically. I created a set of Perceptionary cards and these are them, brightly coloured. So if you want to find out how to get hold of them, look in the description below, okay? There you will find some links to my website, but you'll also find some links going to other past card readings as well for each month. And I do these each month. I've been doing them for a couple of years now. If you're wanting to find out how to contact me as well, you can do that through my website, which is emilyjbaker.co.uk. And I do online readings as well as face-to-face readings, okay? So don't worry about where you are in the world. And yes, I do post out the pictures as well. Lovely. So I'm just shuffling this pack and we're going to have a look to see what the month of August holds. Now, for any of you who've gone through July, what happened to July? Seriously, what happened to July? I remember saying, oh, we're at the beginning of July, and it's kind of, it's gone. It has gone so quickly. Okay, so I'm just picking a card out randomly. I've just shuffled the pack. For those who haven't seen the back of the pack, that's the back of the pack. If you are at one of a fair that I'm at, I tend to have the cards spread and face upwards rather than actually having them face downwards, because you want to see what they look like. Right, so let's have a look to see what this month's card is. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, it is. Straight away, I would say, gosh, that's August. Because we have the heat, hopefully. If you've been in the UK, all right, for those who are not in the UK watching this, the UK seems to have the wettest weather ever going. The rest of Europe is sunbathing in tropical heat of up to the 40s and 30s. We're lucky if we reach the high teens and into the 20s. At the moment, we are getting some rainfall, quite a bit of rainfall. It's harvest season, and yeah, it's going to be a protracted, long harvest, I think, unless the weather changes, because they're trying to dodge the showers and trying to get the crop in, and farmers are starting to tear the hair out a little bit. Right, so what I'm going really weird. When you look at the cards, and I put them up onto the screen like this, and I hold it up, this is the first time I get to see them as well as you do. They look so different when I turn them around. They really do. I can already see what looks like a pit bull dog's face there, and it looks like, of all the weirdest things, chicken legs crossed over, and there's part of its wing, so it could be an emu. It's some bird anyway with crossed legs. And then there's kind of like a little goblin-like creature there, and then there's a person there. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. We may stay on this way around, but I'm just going to check to see if there's anything else coming up. Actually, I can see a person lying down there. There's a person there. So for me, I'm just looking to see which is the most comfortable way up for me. For some people, this may be the way up for you. You know, this being the top and this being the bottom. And that's the beauty of these cards, okay? There isn't a right and a wrong way. It is only how you perceive it. And somebody said, well, I suppose it's how I be. Absolutely. Well, you'll get to see what I get to see. Not necessarily, okay? We all have different scopes of perception about everything. If you ask twins, conjoined twins would probably still have a different perspective of their lives, because it's from their point of view. I am going to stick with this. I am going to stick with this way around. Right, okay, so funnily enough, when I just turned it around from there to there, that almost looked like a bunny rabbit. Its head, there's its nose, head, eye, and in fact it almost looks like a fish now. And perhaps a looping ear coming down there. So yeah, so this for me, this is very much down here, just signifies grounding actually straight away. So when I'm looking at this card, I can feel the warmth. I can feel that there is things happening, but they're going to be, this year is just full of strength, but we're going to need that strength for August, I feel. The lighter parts in it, i.e. the yellow, for me it's that kind of like moments of respite. So we will get some respite. You see, I'm coming to look at this pit ball again. So there's the eye, nose, and there's its mouth, jawline coming down there, and what looks like it's holding a rag. And for me, when I look at that, it's kind of like, oh, there's a playfulness about all of this. But pit bulls tend to be quite a strong character. Terrier, really. They're part of the terrier breed of dogs. So for me, when I'm looking at this card, I can see that there is a lot of strength there. That's a bit better if I hold it there. The chicken crossing its legs, that's the fun part. It's almost like doing the chicken dance. If any of you remember the 80s, early 80s. Yes, I will give you a hint of the tune because it will stick in your head. Anyway, moving on. Before any of that gets stuck in your head and you're kind of going, no, we'll move on. For me, the green, this is actually going to be quite, for me, when I'm looking at this for the month of August, there's a healing aspect going on and a bit of self-discovery. And I feel as though it's that, maybe it's that fun time, because have we had much fun? Have we had fun so far this year? And if not, this may be the time when we do actually have some fun. So yes, so I'm just going to hold that up a little bit closer. The person standing in the back, oh, I can see a boar. Look, there's a boar's head. Okay. So for me, that looks like a caricature from an artist who did cartoons called Matt. And he was always in the Telegraph, I think it was. Anyway, so it looks like a cartoon kind of a character of this person wearing a... Okay, it may be just how I am feeling today because it's not the warmest of days. I hoped it was because it was nice and sunny. But they're wearing a fur, what looks like a fur-lined long winter coat. And it's just like, you're wearing this in the summer? Hello? But there is this kind of needing to comfort. And yeah, it's not about warmth, it's about comfort. So there is comfort. Right, so this goblin kind of thing just suddenly changed for me and changed into a lamb's head. And I'm kind of going, oh, that's interesting. So for me, when I look at these cards, they do kind of change from time to time, depending on what it is that I'm looking at. So yes, the more I'm looking at it, this person's tending to a lamb. So leg, tail, head, ear. All right, so that's the way I'm going to try to keep that looking at me as in a lamb. So the lamb is very much out of season because that tends to be much more in the springtime. We're now into the summer, but actually it's up to the farmers as to when they actually will have their sheep breeding, as to when the sheep will lamb. Funnily enough, if you didn't know that, that's an interesting fact for you. So yes, they can. That's why you will have some farmers having lambs in January and some later on in March and April time. They can choose when to set the ram in amongst the ewes. I had to think about that one. Anyway, so yes, it's about tending to the flock. So tending to your needs, tending to what needs to be done, okay? Because it will take up time and it will take energy, but it is needing to be looked after, okay? So this is where I'm seeing this. And why I'm seeing it as a woman is because it's about nature as well. And I'm not saying men aren't caring and sharing and all the rest of it, but I'm just seeing this as a lady, okay? Circa 1930s, if you're really wanting to know, gentlemen, and if you are wanting to be back there in the circa 1930s, you're more than welcome to. Right, so if I move it this way around, it's a different kind of a feeling to this card. It's much more laid back, much more, yes, okay, all right, I can see that face. So this, what I thought was a rag, actually you can have a look to see, this is kind of like one of those Grecian type figurines lying, reclining back with the arm being held up. So that's the arm there, and holding, you know, looking upwards, looking up towards the sky, saying that's where I want to be, aspiring to be. It's a little bit more clear if I hold it this way around, so you can see this Greek Adonis. But it's, again, it's surrounded by this lovely green. Now for me, and I say it often, the lighter the green, that's about learning. All right, the darker it gets to be, it's about using the wisdom. So this is about wisdom. We're going to need to be bathing in our wisdom. And then as it kind of gets to this color here, which is almost black, then we're talking about healing. All right, so this is why I've said, for me, there's going to be some healing involved in the month of August, perhaps for all of us. Not necessarily in the way that we perhaps anticipate it to be either. And I don't mean going to the doctors, dentists and things like that, but it may be just some self-love, self-worth back here, but healing as well. And that all comes about with it. Some people are really angry at the moment. I mean, the anger that is up at the moment is quite high. And if you're kind of going, really, is anger really up? Just have a look. In the UK, we've got a lot of strikes going on. Nurses have been striking, doctors have been striking, railmen have been striking. You know, there seems to be discontent everywhere, and nobody seems to be happy with anything. All right, so there is a kind of a period of just kind of, for me it feels as though, yes, we have got this discontentment, but we're also going to need to be grounded in the process of all of this, and find our own healing. So if we're perhaps angry towards our own members of family, niggled and gnarled and all the rest of it, it is kind of a case of, hang on a minute, perhaps this is me needing this time to actually say, oh, is it me? Or is it just the energy that's out there at the moment? And for those of you who are in hotter climates as well, maybe you will find that actually you're getting frustrated quicker as well at the moment. And that's simply because, well, there's actually probably a few things. The heat does not help. And if you don't have air conditioning, you're fed up, you don't want to move and all the rest of it. And you would love to have some rain. Well, come over to the UK. You're more than welcome to, absolutely more than welcome to come over to the UK and experience our lovely cool weather. At the moment, trust me, July I have found that I was actually putting on a jumper midday in July. When has that been? Okay, so really kind of bizarre weather around the globe at the moment. So that's that one. Right, so yes, I held it up that way. Let's just have a look to see if I can see anything. This way, it just didn't feel comfortable at all. Now, when I turn the card around, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. It looks different. So this is the way around. Now, when I hold it up that close, when we have it this way around, we just kind of go, oh, okay, I can see the chicken legs. Hold it a little bit closer. Now I kind of get to see the turmoil. And you know, this anger that I was talking about, well, here for me is a volcano erupting. I'm not going to say that there will be a volcano erupting, but just have a look out for one somewhere in the world. There's a lion's head, there's a roar, and actually we've just gone through the Lion's Gate at this point of recording. So we're through that Lion's Gate astrologically. Big words to say. So yeah, so you know the lion's roar is up as well. This has turned into a figure of a person. At least I can see somebody, but they're very much hunched over. They're working. August is actually feels like it's going to be not such a calm, collective feeling. I do feel that there will be hard work needed to get through it. Grounding is definitely going to be needed. Here I can see people. I can see. I almost want to say. Well, no, actually, that's his little legs and boots, belonging to that gentleman. So, and this person has changed from being a male to a female, as well as Mother Earth coming alive as well. So yeah, so we're looking at August being kind of like a very tempestuous month, really, in the format things being livened up, definitely. We're going to need to be grounded. We're going to need to be able to be resourceful as well within our own spheres, within our own requirements, within what we have already, our assets. And our assets are our wisdom, okay? And the use of being able to use our intuition as well. So yes. Yeah, so that's where I see that. So there's people walking towards this what I say it looks like a volcano erupting. So if I hold it a little bit closer, you can see. There we go. All right. So now, can you see the chicken legs? No, I can't see the chicken. Well, I can sort of see the chicken legs. It's almost like one of those things that once you see, oh look, there's a little friendly dog. Looks like one of those teddy bears there. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. This one here, this green for me is very much about us, our nurturing, looking after, being grounded to ourselves and things like that. There's comfort to be had in all of this that's going on as well. If I turn it around that way and I hold it, it just doesn't. There are things that I'm getting to see. I can see a little girl here as well. Looks like playing as well, but for me the colors are indicating energy, very much high energy movement, people moving around, people not sitting still, people edgy, wanting. I mean, I know August is a month of travel. At the end of the day, let's face it, August is a month of travel, unless you're a farmer in the UK, and then it's a month of harvesting and hard graft as well. So that's what's going on there. So holding it this way round, and again, if I hold it a little bit closer, if I hold it too close, you can't see the full card. But again, it just feels as though it's a very much two halves going on. One where we've got bountiful energy and wanting to move around left, right and centre, and the other one kind of going, actually, can we just take a back seat for a minute? And I think that is really important to consider as well for the month of August. It is that you are going to need those still moments, because we're over halfway through the year. We are going to need to kind of reflect perhaps as how the first half of the year has gone incredibly quickly, is my reflection. And that need to actually maybe slow things down as well, and being able to just have those moments of stillness. And that for many people, August is a month of holidays and going away somewhere outside of their home sphere. So you can get that perspective. So use it wisely, use your time wisely. Don't forget to listen to your own gut instinct. Choices will be coming up, as always. We always have choices in life, decisions to be made, etc. So it is a case of very much look after yourself for the month of August. Be careful in not overstretching yourself. Have fun. Please have fun in the month of August, okay? Because who knows what the rest of the year is going to bring. The chicken crossing its legs for me is just like, yeah, I need the loo, I'm crossing my legs. So yes, it feels very much like that. So it is having that little bit of fun. Maybe some of you are going to be doing a run where you have to dress up, things like that. But there is also nurturing to be had. I do feel as though things are perhaps for some of us going to be explosive, but we have the opportunity to have that at arm's length and keep that much further away from us rather than actually us going towards it. We can have that opportunity to see that exploding and kind of going, it looks lovely from afar. I don't really want to be up close to it. Whereas other people may be drawn to it as well. So thank you so much for listening to me. Bless you. Thank you. I hope that you've subscribed. And if you have got any questions, if there is anything that I can help you with, or perhaps you're wanting to have a reading or anything like that, please do feel be able to contact me through my website, emilyjbaker.co.uk. My details are again below. If you're wanting a set of the Perceptionary cards, you can get them through my website, absolutely, and they will get posted out to you. So thank you very much and have a wonderful August. Take care now. See you soon.